Spurs experimented with a morning kick-off against West Ham and were rewarded with their fourth best crowd of the season, some 33,000. Here are the two teams, with West Ham being led out by Bobby Moore, a side that no doubt will come refreshed from their amazing 4-2 victory over Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Boxing Day. So that's West Ham then. Spurs, who on the same day had a goalless draw at home against Queen's Park Rangers, led out here as usual by their skipper Martin Peters. Now, because I was involved, as usual, with On the Ball in World of Sport yesterday morning, I couldn't be at White Hart Lane. So we called in an old commentator friend of ours, John Campkin. Let's join him now for the team lineup.
And so to the Tottenham side, hoping today for the victory, which will lift them clear, at least temporarily, of the relegation zone. Most of the familiar names are there, but of course two important changes from the side that drew 0-0 with Queen's Park Rangers here on Wednesday. At number 3, no Cyril Knowles, he's injured, so young Terry Naylor comes in the left-back position. But perhaps more important, and here he is, big Martin Chivers is back in the middle after a week of controversy. Relegated to the substitutes bench on Wednesday, he came on for the last few minutes, but he's still Tottenham's leading goal scorer with 8 league goals this season and could well trouble this West Ham defence. West Ham, of course, 21st in the league, anxious to consolidate on that rather remarkable away win at Chelsea on Wednesday, 4-2. They have the same side, except that they're without Trevor Brooking at number 4. They're experienced and near England class right half, but they do have Billy Bonds back after 2-match suspension to replace him. The man their hopes will be pinned on this afternoon. Here he is, Clyde Best, the big Bermudian, who scored 2 of those 3 goals in 10 minutes at Chelsea, and they're hoping that's going to give him the confidence in turn to trouble the Tottenham defence. The referee today, Mr. Ken Stiles from Barnsley. For him, a bit of the first after 13 years on the Football League list. One of our most experienced officials. He's paying his first ever visit to White Hart Lane. The crowd, not a great one, but all set for the kick-off. So at the somewhat unearthly hour of 11:15, it's West Ham kicking off. West Ham in those light shorts, attacking the goal to our left. Tottenham on the move now in the dark shorts, and there's Chivers going on his first run. Quite easy for Mervyn Day to come out and pick that one up. Best not controlling that perhaps as well as he would have liked, but McDowell, and once again England having to push that one into touch. Back to Taylor, and Taylor all the way back to his goalkeeper. Action with that other speciality weapon of his, apart from his shooting and heading. He's got this fabulous long throw, should reach the near post here, but it's England going up for it, and England very nearly gets ahead to it. Here's a chance to Perryman, that was on its way. And it was Taylor there who blocked that and felt every moment of that power. Out on the right wing to Evans now. Tottenham beginning to look a little bit menacing, curling away, a good header down by Peters. And a chance to Chivers, but he's offside. Offside. Day's anxiety not necessary, because the linesman on the far side with the red flag, Mr. Harrington from Essex, had his flag up, even I think before Chivers took his shot there. England there, who's clearly going to follow Best throughout the whole of this match, while Beale looks after Gold. That's the twin thrust in the West Ham side. Good header on by Gilzean, a chance here to Chivers. Can he get his shot in? He's got Evans outside him, that's where it'll probably go. Good pass, and a good chip across there, and a good save. It was Peters who rushed there, the goalkeeper. Young Day taking that very well. It's McDowell's chip upfield, not a good one. Here's Gilzean. And I think the referee says yes, it was pushed in the back. And if that big fellow pushes you, you know you've been pushed. Clyde Best. Good ball out to Evans. Evans back to Beale. That's going up for Gilzean's head. See how well he takes that one, and that was very nearly a goal. That was Peters again getting in there. That's twice within the space of 60 seconds. Peters was been within inches of a goal. Ground, Gilzean on the far side of the penalty area. Peters behind him. Chivers at the near post. Peters gets a header in there. Bobby Moore gets it away. Pratt getting onto it. Another chance here, and this is a dangerous one. That was full-back Evans up there. Evans having a most adventurous game at right back. As in, there he is, Ray Evans. He's only scored 1 league goal this season, but he came within millimetres in common market language of getting a second one there. Day has been by far the busier of the two goalkeepers today. Must be happy that the score is still 0-0. Pratt and Bonds in an inconclusive jump. Going down the wing now, Gould doing well. Into the middle, and Perryman and Jennings once again clutching that cleanly. Probably the safest hander of the ball in British football. "17 minutes to go to half-time then, and although Tottenham very much in top in this game, still no score. Here it comes again. Good ball by Perryman, out to Evans. Evans playing almost as an orthodox right winger, so great is the Spurs' dominance. Back to Coates. Coates up to the far post, and a good one in, and a chance here now to Gilzean. Good covering by McGiven, and this time it's by number 4. Goal kick. That was Pratt turning quickly on it. John Pratt came very close to scoring there. He's once again attacking on this right wing, causing a lot of trouble. Coates. Good centre by Coates. Up at the far post, and what a fine header. An excellent header by Peters. And young Day there, fully earning his wages this week. 3 times Martin Peters has been within inches of goal in this half, but that's the first time really that Day's had to make a save. More on the goal line, and Day in action again. Have to look a little bit lively there. He's no need to make excuses. He's done pretty well in that defence. Essex youngster came into the side earlier this season when Ferguson went out. Looks as if he's come to stay. Another in-swinger, and this time he could only palm it away. And an indirect free kick for obstruction. That was Pratt coming in, trying to get on the end of that push away, and it was Bonds who got in his way. So we're going to have one of these exciting situations where we have an indirect free kick some 2 yards inside the penalty area. Moore having to marshal that defence. Moore on the right of the line, and there's going to be a free shot here, and just wide. That was Evans. Evans inches away from his second league goal of the season. Ray Evans almost had one 10 minutes ago, and that one just flashed past the post. Up goes Padden. This is Coates going away. Coates with a bit of space, and a good dummy play there, and that's not going far away, hitting the post. Excellent move by Coates. But it was good covering again by the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper narrowed the angle well. Free kick out on the left. Coming up now. Chance to Perryman. England, everybody's up there. And England chipping it with his left foot. Skillful play by Mike England there. There he is. Came up. Moore coming away. He's got outside him. He's got Coleman, but he tries a difficult pass, but it's not a bad one. It's an extremely good one. To Gould coming inside, and Gould trying a shot there. Although he's had so many clubs, 6 clubs I think, Bobby Gould is still a very, very dangerous centre-forward with a fine scoring record. Here's Naylor, once again, you see all the time in the world for the defenders. No challenge. Good ball by Chivers, he finds Pratt. Pratt might have a shot here, and it's not a bad one, not a bad one. Tried well. That came directly from Naylor, the Tottenham defender, being able to carry the ball as far as he liked and to pick a target up front. Target was Chivers, who did well to get it back to Pratt. Pratt acknowledging the pass there. Given again, 7. This is Lampard. Into the middle, and Gould was just a little slow, and that was nearly one of those situations which would have been a crazy goal, but it wasn't that far away from it. Lampard there on the left, and Gould's run, I think he knew he hadn't got any chance of getting it, but he made the run to take the defender's eye, and it only just scraped past the far post. Jennings, I think, was watching the man perhaps and not the ball there, which is unusual. Now this is Martin Peters, and that's a good ball. Chivers is onside. This is the chance that he likes. Can he get it in? And it's not cleared yet. He didn't hit it properly. Is it a penalty kick? Yes, it is. I would not have thought so. but the referee has done extremely well. He was right on the spot. And so it's a penalty kick to Tottenham. One had the feeling that it needed something like that to break the deadlock, particularly when Chivers got away there and didn't time his shot properly. Those are protests from Coleman and Taylor, but schoolmaster Mr. Stiles is not likely to change his mind. Certainly there was a tackle from the back. So this is going to be a big test for young Day. The two men involved in the tackle were number 7 McGiven and number 2 McDowell. Between them they managed to bring down Gilzean. The referee on the spot. Chivers has scored from 1 penalty this season. Here he comes. What a good save, what a tremendous save. That was an absolutely fabulous save because, in my opinion, and it's difficult to say without seeing a playback, it didn't seem to me that young Day moved before the kick was taken. The kick perhaps wasn't hit as hard as it might have been, but the direction wasn't bad. A superb save from the youngster. And that'll put heart and life into West Ham now. That could be the break that they needed to set them really going. They could believe now that after that penalty save that this is their day. I noticed Bobby Moore saying in one paper this morning that they drew 0-0 at Queen's Park Rangers when they thought they ought to have lost 5-0. It could be they could win this one now with that little bit of surge of confidence when they could already have been 3 goals down. This is the man who's done it for them. He's been brave and courageous. He's made 1 or 2 slips, but my goodness me, he's made some awful good saves. A penalty save like that can work wonders for the morale of a team. They really begin to think it's their day. This is going to be an in-swinger. And it comes. Out goes the goalkeeper's missed it. And how did that get over? That was Chivers. Headed it downwards, and he headed it down, I think, with such force that he went down and up over the bar. Free kick to Tottenham. Away we go, Evans. Number 12 is McGrath, came on for Coates, and he gets past his man well. Referee sensibly plays the advantage rule. It's come through now to Evans. Can he get his shot in? He can, and it could be a goal. Yes, it is a goal. It's a goal. And so the gallant Day is beaten in the end, and as it had to be, it was Evans who was the man behind the move. He came attacking on the right. McGrath made the opening, pushed it back to him well, and in the scramble in the goal mouth, Pratt only had to push it into the net. So there's the scoreline now. Spurs 1, West Ham 0, with 13 minutes to go. And John Pratt, the scorer. This was Gilzean losing it. Coleman, and that must be a foul, surely. Beale went right over the back of Gould, but the referee says no play on. There he is, Phil Beale, still keeping a close watch on Bobby Gould. The crowd below told Gould not to complain, not to appeal for a foul there, but like most crowds, they don't know much about it. But here's Chivers, can he get onto it? McGiven. And Chivers was very nearly through there, but McGiven got a foot there just in time. He's done pretty well as this youngster from the northeast. Pratt taking most of the corner kicks. It's going to be, I think, an in-swinger. Left-footed. Short one. Pushed inside, and it's going right across the goal. And my goodness, that was a double touch needed that, I think. Goalkeeper Day just got his hands to it, and certainly Lampard got his head to it at the far post. That was a cracking sort of shot. And the ubiquitous Pratt is over here this time with his right foot to take another one. Moore's head there. And it comes and headed on. This is the kind of move that produces a lot of goals. Well played, Day. Like a free kick there with a bit of barging before Gould could go up. He appeals to the referee, but he's certainly not going to have his appeal answered. McGiven's misjudged that, gives Gilzean a chance. Comes to Chivers. Nothing that would do Chivers more good than a goal at the moment, having missed a penalty, but it's Pratt chipping it in, and Chivers could have one here. There's it have. Number two. So there's the scoreline. Spurs 2, West Ham 0. The goal scored by Chivers, a gliding header, just the tonic he needed after missing 2 or 3 chances earlier in this half. But once again, the man behind it was the midfield dynamo John Pratt, a perfect chip forward which set it up. But Chivers grateful to score his 10th league goal, his 9th league goal of the season. And here he is intercepting again, and being intercepted and getting a knock for his pains. Gilzine and the men flee on the right, the white shirts free on the right, Chivers outside, Peters going forward, this could be number 3, hit it, and bang he does, but not very well. The kind of shot of a man whose full confidence hasn't returned despite the goal. He could have taken it forward, he banged it a bit, but certainly Tottenham playing now with far greater fluency than West Ham. And there, with 2 minutes of extra time, is the final whistle from referee Stiles. And there, John Pratt, the man who perhaps has done more for this Tottenham victory than any other, scored the first goal, made the second, and dominated the midfield. Between them, the 2 goal scorers go off together. Chivers, restored to the side today, mighty glad to get that late goal to erase the memory of a penalty miss and 1 other miss too. So Tottenham moving away now from the relegation area, well deserving their victory. West Ham, very disappointing, I thought. Not much in the way of attack. More firmly than ever, entrenched in the area. So the final score, once again, Tottenham 2, goals in the last 20 minutes from Pratt and from Chivers, West Ham 0. And so from White Hart Lane, let's go back to Brian Moore